130k USD prize pool and tuloy-tuloy pang nadadagdagan? OP build na kaya mag-sustain permanently? Mas mabilis na material farming? Sup mga tropa, another day, another guide na naman. In this video, isi-share ko ang mga ginagamit kong tricks and techniques para magamit nyo rin sa inyong Raven Idol journey. So, ano pang hinihintay natin? Let's get into it. Owning Raven Idol Season 1 Battle Pass makes you eligible sa growing price pool nila, which is currently 130k USD. Siyempre, bukod sa price pool eligibility, magiging available din sa'yo ang premium track reward and magkakaroon ka rin ng 2x multiplier sa daily missions mo. Imbis na the usual 45 XP lang makukuha mo, magiging 90 XP na ang makukuha mo pag natapos mo ang daily mission mo. And if you're planning to play Raven Idol, you can use my referral link below. And pag ginamit mo ang referral ko, kapag bumili ka ng Battle Pass, magkakaroon ka rin ng additional 500 month points which is worth $5. My current build is an iteration sa build ni Lou. Kaya niya mag-sustain pag nagpa-farm ako ng 2 to 3 mobs na less than 5 levels ng character ko without potions. While pag higher ang level ng mobs, kaya niya mag-sustain up to 2 enemies with assistance na pero ng health potions. Archetypes. Ang focus nating archetypes ay ang Warfare and Protection. Why Warfare? Ang Warfare archetype ay nagbibigay ng access sa single target damage, area of effect damage, healing, and crowd controls. Aside sa mga coverage na yon, ang pinaka-importanting aspect ng Warfare ay ang mga skills nito na in-offer ay walang mana cost. Ang Protection naman, as the same suggests, gives coverage sa protection, healing skills, and iba pang utilities. But wait, there's more. Aside sa coverages na yon, meron din siyang access sa AoE damage and percentage damage reduction, which is, in my opinion, super broken. Make sure to screenshot this skill pathing na lang so you can copy it sa mga build ninyo. Primary attributes. Ang current spread ng attributes ko ay Wisdom, Might, and Vitality. Unahin natin bakit Wisdom heavy attributes ko. So, Wisdom heavy siya dahil yon sa mana regen. Nag-invest muna ako sa mana regen dahil T3 pa lang equipments ko. Pag nasa T4 equipment, magkakaroon na ako ng access sa additional primary attributes. So, imbis na isa lang ang primary attribute ko, magiging dalawa na siya. Ang goal naman na regeneration ng build na to is around 80 to 90 para ma-skill yung full skill rotation mo. Pag okay na mana regeneration mo, pwede ka nang magbawas ng wisdom and ilagay yung mga points na yun sa might. For me, may two parts ang land farming. The first part being trade packs and the latter being the actual farming sa land itself. Bakit trade packs? Delivering trade packs gives you the most amount of silvers in the game and kailangan mo ng maraming silvers para ma-upgrade yung land mo. Okay, ang first step ay syempre mag-farm ng materials. Kailangang i-upgrade mo muna yung cart mo para mas marami kang ma-deliver in one go. Second, pagpili ng trade packs na kaya mong sustain dahil madali lang i-farm. I have two suggestions. One, being the kindling kit, which ang kailangan mo lang ay cotton and small log. 2. Crafting basics. Ang kailangan mo lang naman dito is hide and small logs. Now na na-unlock mo na higher ranks ng land, ang gagawin mo next ay syempre i-grind mo ng malala. May 5 related achievements ang land mo, so do the best you can to maximize it. I suggest na isabay mo rin sa daily missions yung mga ginagawa mo sa land mo. Pag tapos mo na yung daily missions mo, mag-focus ka na sa materials na gagamitin mo para sa trade pack deliveries. May 2 tips ako dito. The first one is for the actual gathering, and the second one is for gathering crafting materials from enemy monsters. Let's start sa actual gathering. Ang masasuggest ko lang dito ay, do it if you're going AFK. Siyempre, sabayan mo ng energy juice. Why? Dahil nagbibigay pa rin siya ng XP sa archetypes and legacy level mo. It also reduces gathering speed, which makes you earn more materials. Now, sa crafting materials naman na drop ng enemy monsters, this tip is mostly for high-level players, and ang focus ng tip na to is to farm multiple crafting materials from a single enemy monster. And what I mean by this is, may certain monsters na nagdodrop ng multiple crafting materials. For example, Wolf. Nagdodrop siya ng hide and spool of hair. Be on a lookout for enemy monsters na kagaya ng Wolf. Mag-show na lang ako sa screen ng mga monsters and yung mga possible drops nila. The faster na makakagather ka ng materials, the faster na makakapag-craft ka ng better equipments. The dungeon gives you rewards based on how many floors you cleared. Ang tip ko naman dito is to prepare as much as possible. Para ka dapat si Batman, maraming prep time. Of course, if ginagamit mo yung build na sinuggest ko, you'll have no problem clearing at least 15 to 20 floors. That's assuming na you have the same equipment and level as mine. To go further, dapat mag-prepare ka pa. And the best thing to do is to prepare whetstones and food items. May iba't ibang uri ng whetstones, and I suggest craft mo kahit yung low level lang dahil magbibigay pa rin to ng additional attack power sa character mo. And for food items, what I suggest you to cook are vodka for additional mana regeneration, baked potato for additional attack power, beer for additional health and mana regen, and mashed potato for additional might. Yun lang for this guide. Sana malaki ang may tulong nito sa inyo. And if this guide helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy gaming mga tropa, and see you on the next one.